All right. So we're group five, and our topic was the wired card. The wire card scandal. And it was basically a company in Germany. Started off in 1999. It was a company. It's an e-commerce company, sort of like Cash App and like Venmo, Apple Pay, stuff like that. And it kind of grew around like Asia and the Middle East like rapidly out of nowhere. And then around like the 2010s, people started noticing like the fishy activity, and they called them out about it. And it turns to find out that they were doing a lot of like money laundering and like a lot of false transactions they were making up on um about like their company or whatever, which end up being illegal, and it got a lot of their representatives to either lose their jobs, step down, or do jail time actually. So well, my name is Tariq Lakana. These are my group,
Troy,
and
we got
Mikhail
Mikhail.
Gordon.
yeah. So first question was, please discuss the practice of monopolistic pricing and how it applies to your topic. Be sure to discuss if the industry has experienced forced shortages or artificial price increases. Within the context of pricing, discuss whether capitalist justice is achieved or violated in the industry. So, monopolistic pricing is when a monopoly, well, we all know what a monopoly is, a company that controls 80% or more of the industry it's in. That's when the company, you feel me, because they have no other competitors, they solely make their price as high as they want it to be. It is when normally when that happens, we normally see like the price of things higher than typical because no one else is there to combat them to sort of balance it out. So yeah, and then Troy's gonna elaborate on the rest of the question.
Yeah, so with that question, they was asking whether capitalist justice was violated or not. My answer to that was capitalist justice was violated uh, due to the fact of the Asian offices artificially inflated their prices um, by means of shuffling the money between themselves. So that violated capitalist justice. Uh, yeah. And then we got question two.
Yeah, we got question two is which was discuss four of the seven characteristics of a perfectly competitive market and the degree to which each of the characteristics you chose is present in the industry. How does the presence or absence affect buyers or sellers' right to choose economic efficiency in the market? So the first thing that we touched base on was freedom of entry and exit as a customer. And we say that that did apply within our topic due to the fact that the customers really didn't, they like every customer had the choice whether they want to um join Wirecard, or like I said, there's other competitive apps. There's other competitors like Cash App, Apple Pay, like all other like e-commerce sort of platforms. And I would say customers definitely did have the right to come and go as they please, really. And no one was really forced to bank or, you feel me, do business with Wirecard.
Yeah. So just to touch up on that, that was definitely present within the company. And another characteristic that was present would be number seven, uh, with no external parties. Um, so for that, uh, buyers will continue to buy as long as they are satisfied, regardless of the price. And if there's an occasion where prices increase, suppliers would definitely not hesitate to get in. So that was one. Another characteristics was number four. Uh, Whereas the goods being sold in the market are so similar that no one cares from whom each buys or sells. That one, I would say, is not present because of the products that Wirecard sells. They sell different types of products that are not similar to each other. So for that one, um, like how do you say, the consumers, they're more likely to spend more on product differentiations rather than if the products were similar, then they wouldn't have to spend more. So that's my take on those two. I don't know if Mikhail want to say something.
Also, the large number of buyers and sellers was present for this scandal. Wirecard wouldn't have been able to be as successful or succeed with the fraudulent activities that they did if they didn't have as many buyers who would incorporate and help them out and to yeah. So the large number of buyers and sellers is what helped them to excel in the fraudulent activities that they did.
And then on to question 3. It was describe in detail 3 unethical practices of highly concentrated oligopolies. Which of those practices are relevant to or demonstrated in the industry or specific scandal that you chose? And starting off, one of the unethical practices we decided was buying arrangements. And I'm not really going to touch too much bases on it, but round tripping falls within that category because someone else is going to touch base on it later. But falls within that category due to the fact that they would pretty much sell, well, not sell, but buy out companies, allegedly buy out companies, with them expecting them to sell it back to them in order, like, it was like a weird thing where they'll sell part of the company and then buy it back. And so it's like the falsified documents and the numbers would not add up correctly or something like that. It was a whole lot of like, how would I say? It was a whole lot of like money not really being recycled, but looking like it's being recycled on books.
Okay. The people at Wirecard also took part in collusion, which is an act of them giving false information and basically telling their buyers that they would do something that they actually didn't. So what they did was they would deceive their buyers into thinking that they would actually invest into something or invest their funds into a card company that would benefit them, but in actuality, they would take their money and the buyers wouldn't see it anymore. So whatever they invested, they would lose it instantly. And the people at Wirecard would cover it with fraudulent activities and fraudulent contracts that the different buyers would sign, but they wouldn't know exactly what was going on.
Yeah, and also to touch upon that question as well, because the three anti-competitive agreements that we got for those were price fixing, manipulating supplies, and collusion. So for me, I felt that Wirecard also took a little bit of a manipulating supplies route because of how they manipulated the market by increasing their profits. As I touched on earlier, with them shuffling money between themselves. So that's why I felt like there was some manipulating going on there, and that it was somewhat close to that anti-competitive agreement. And question 4.
Yeah, for question 4, it says discuss the specific ethical implications of the anti-competitive behavior detailed in the compliant lawsuit. In the complaint, lawsuit, or trial your group chose. Specifically, how do the actions carried out by the accused impact the negative rights of buyers and sellers, economic efficiency in the market, and capitalist justice?
Yeah, so for that one, a little article that I found was the Financial Times. They published an article in late 2019 accusing Wirecard of accounting irregularities, including forgery and falsifications of account and cheating, and also criminal breach of trust and corruptions of money. So I feel like those are some of the implications.
I would also like to add that privacy concerns was a big one of the big problems with how Wirecard got away with the things that they did, because the buyers trusted the people at Wirecard with their information, so they would willingly give them their bank information and different private things that they use to store their money. So privacy concerns will be a big thing with how Wirecard got away with different fraudulent activities, and it also affected economic efficiency because it caused an imbalance in the economy. So Wirecard would receive more money and keep more money than their buyers would, so it would give an imbalance in the economy overall.
Yeah, overall, overall, it was just a negative effect in terms of in terms of the capitalist justice and the economic efficiency, due to the fact that whenever they would sort of underrepresent whatever it was that they were making on their books, that plays big roles on what they're paying for taxes, what they're getting back for taxes, in terms of what they're paying as a company or what each employee is getting back for taxes. And it's also attacking sort of like the balance of who gets what in terms of what they put, in terms of based on what they put into the company. But overall, it was just a big unbalance of just everything.
Yeah. And
Uh,
also, I just want to say lastly, how it all started. So the Financial Times, they were the one who initially talked about the scandal, or the one who made it global. Then you had KPMG, which is a German audit. They conducted an independent audit after FTC initially burst the pot, and then another company by I think they were KPMG.
yeah, it was.
Yeah, so they were the one who filed the complaint on Wirecard, well, on their audits, to be exact, EY. And those complaints were later sent to BaFin, which is also an agency in Germany. And they were the one who was initially supposed to look after the situation and worked upon it, but they stalled on it, I guess. So they didn't work on the situation promptly, which also resulted in accusations filed towards them. and gotten them in some legal issues as well. So that's how a little bit of how it started and who filed the complaints and what's not.
Yeah, that's the rise and fall of Wirecard.
Yeah.
Thank you.